Hey YouTube, it's Bill here, and today I'm back with part 2 of my F1 2021 video, where the point systems are a little bit strange. If you want to recap part 1, I'll leave a link to it in the top right of the screen now. If you want to get straight into watching the racing in part 2, I'm not going to waste any time. And now, after that poor performance in the race in Belgium, where I actually qualified pretty well, it's off to Zandvoort. We're in the Netherlands now, and I'm quite bad at this track, so don't expect a good qualifying session out of me here. Oh, I hate this curb because if you go onto the second bit, it just drags you so wide. I'm astounded that I've not qualified last here and I've managed to actually qualify 2 places above last. But I did say don't expect a good lap from me, and 18th isn't a good lap.
We're still in with a chance of winning the title.
Are we, Jeff? You really think we're still in with a chance of winning the title? Well, maybe my title I might be able to. But I have no idea about that because I don't know what the points are looking like at this point in the season because I won't know until after I'm editing. But I think the actual in-game title, I've not really got a chance of winning it, considering we don't have a point all season. Although I have started this race, well, I was going to say fairly well here, but I'm actually not as high as I thought I was. Because we're in the Netherlands, I'm not as high as I thought I was. But I've managed to get an overtake on Giovinazzi there. I hate this corner. I hate these like 2 corners here. Because in some cars you have to brake on them, and in some cars you don't. And then this curb, if you get onto like the second bit of curb, it will drag you across. I could gain a bit on Raikkonen here. Got my battery already. I'm already gaining on him. Maybe I can get an overtake on him here. I've got the slipstream, and I've got the pace, and I've got the overtake on Raikkonen there. And I've braked on the grass, so I thought I was going to slide into Ocon there. And now Raikkonen's just overtaking me again because I just put my wheel on the grass and braked. And I've gone onto the curb. I've gone on the other side of the curb and put the curb in between both my wheels, so I've just straight lined a corner essentially. Did all that hard work on the straight to overtake Raikkonen just to mess it up immediately. God, Gio's trying to go past me here. Bloody hell. That's brave. Right, I need to stay close to Raikkonen here because then I can actually have a chance of overtaking him down the straight again. Hopefully I can make it stick this time if I manage it. Oh, I've gone over the curb there. That wasn't good. And now he's going to get away a bit. But I know I've got pace on him, so I'll be able to get closer to him. And I've got the slipstream. Maybe I can dive down the inside here. Oh, I've tapped him and I've spun, and that's really poor from me. Now I can't reverse out into the track, so I'll have hit people, and I've got damage, and I'm last. I'm trying to push too hard and it's not working. I blame myself. Well, nothing else of note in this race. I've finished last, well off the pace because of my damaged wing. So now, after that disappointing race, let's see what point system I get here. And it lands on double points, which, again, does not help me at all. So these are the positions for the race in the Netherlands, which means that these are the points that everyone got for that race, which means that the table goes from this to this. And as you can see, we are still bottom of the table. I'm at a point now on the R&D where I've got the best powertrain on the whole grid, but my car is still the second worst because the aero and chassis are just so bad. And now we are in qualifying for the 7th race of the season here in Monza. And despite me having the best powertrain on the grid, I'm still dropping all the way down the order because I've got absolutely no drag reduction on my aero, and I've almost spun out there straight away. So this isn't going to be a good lap, even though I've made my way up to like 13th after that corner. So maybe the spin didn't hinder me too much, actually. I'm going to try and take a narrow line here, the shortest route possible to the line, and hopefully it will maybe gain me a place. Nope, it won't. Still finish 13th. Now we are on the starting grid here in 12th place at this race in Monza. Was I in 13th or was I actually in 12th? I'm thinking if someone has got I'm trying to wonder if someone's got a grid penalty. Oh, Alonso's pulled right across in front of me. This isn't going to be safe. Yes, I knew that was going to happen. I don't know why I didn't just brake earlier. I'm so stupid. That was actually like a brain dead decision.
Are you brain dead?
Strategy is available on the MFD.
I'm still trying to overtake people with no front wing, and I might have been a little bit aggressive on Stroll there, although I think I am going to have to pit. I'll see how I manage with this red wing, see if I can hold people off. For like how many laps I can hold them off for with this missing front wing.
The side pods have taken damage.
Oh, cool. The people behind me are still quite far behind, so I might try and see it out with this red wing, see if I can just finish not last. It's going to be a tall order. Well, there's a couple of people pitting there, so at least I should finish ahead of them. I've got to brake really early, and I can't avoid Raikkonen here. I might have hit Raikkonen. I don't know. I don't know why I went on the inside. There was no space. I damaged something else on my car there as well. I'll just let Ocon through. No, I need to stop going narrow on these chicanes. It's impossible. Why is Ocon not overtaking me there? Bloody hell, Latifi. I'm your teammate. What are you trying to do? You're just like, I was like completely in the race. Oh. Have I just killed Mazepin? That one might have been my fault, to be fair. I was just trying to come back on the racing line. I keep damaging my car by going off the track and going over bumps and stuff. I can't believe I killed Mazepin. Right, now my job is just stay ahead of Schumacher. He's 11 seconds behind me. I just got to do my best to stay that far ahead of him. Yeah, Schumacher's got to within 2 seconds of me, so now the goal, I guess, would just be don't let him overtake me, but he'll probably have DRS by the end of this lap if he doesn't end up overtaking me here, because he's literally going to overtake me here, isn't he? Aiming to finish 17th now. Hopefully Stroll can't gain 16 seconds in a lap. That would be quite impressive, to be fair. I think it was a good decision not to pit, because instead of finishing 19th, which I would have done because I wouldn't have killed Mazepin, I finished 17th, so a successful race all around. No issues at all. So now after that race, let's spin the wheel and see what point system we land on. And we have landed on reverse normal points, which might end up helping us. So these are the finishing positions for that race in Monza. And Alonso and Mazepin both DNF'd. And since Alonso DNF'd first, I've given him the points equal to a race win. And Mazepin gets the points equal to finishing second. So that means these are how many points everyone gets after this race. Which means that the table goes from this after race 6 to this now after race 7. And as you can see, that has helped me a bit. I'm still bottom, but I'm a lot closer than I was. And now we are qualifying for the 8th race of the season in Mexico. So hopefully I can get a decent qualifying position here. And you can see again, even with my really good powertrain, I'm already 18th at the end of this straight. And Mexico has a very long straight. My God, this is an awful lap. Oh, I've messed up this section completely. And you can't even flat out that in this car. So that's cool. And I'm last. I've really not done very well on this lap at all. I keep braking really over the corners because the braking line's telling me to brake early, and I don't have to brake that early. But I've managed to get 19th in the end, which, I mean, at least it's not last. Right, and now we are on the grid in Mexico, right near the back of it. And hopefully this time I can go into the first corner cleanly and not smack someone and kill myself like I did in Belgium, or lose my wing like last race, or just incur... They're 5 wide in front of me, Jesus! But hopefully I can get to the first corner and not just incur any damage. I've braked really early there because I thought Mazepin was going to brake early, but I've managed to get past turn 1 without incurring any damage. So it's promising. Got the inside of Schumacher here. A decent move on him, and I've made it past both the Hasses. Hasses? Yeah, no, that's right. Trying to get past Raikkonen here. Tried to make a move around the apex. It didn't work. Right, hopefully I can do this well here. Might have cut the corner a little bit there, but... I am gaining significantly on Raikkonen around there. Try and get a bit of pace on him here. Move to the inside. Get a dive bomb on him. I've had to cut the corner there so I didn't hit Stroll. Otherwise I would have smacked into him. But I didn't get a penalty for it. And that means I can now go around the outside of Stroll here. I tried to move on Perez there, and I thought better of it. I was like, it's Sergio Perez. He's just going to move ahead of me. If I keep Stroll here, I think that's Raikkonen. He's going to have to go next to us. We're going to go 3 wide into this corner here. This could be a bit risky. I've braked the last one. I was the last one to brake there. And it's paid off because those 2 backed out first. And I've stayed ahead. Although I've gone really wide on this corner. I don't have floor damage or anything, do I? No, I don't. That was just poor downforce. And now they're all kind of far behind. So hopefully I've made a gap to him. Oh! I almost went to the back of Perez there. I didn't realise how slow everyone was going to be going around here. Raikkonen's right behind me now, so I'm going to have to use a little bit of battery to stay ahead of Raikkonen. Although he's going to have slipstream and DRS, so this is going to be difficult. Can I force him wider? He is so much quicker than me. Jesus Christ. He must have his battery on as well. Can I dive back up the inside and retake that position? I can. That was actually quite a nice move because I braked at the right time as well to pretty much join the racing line. Although Giovinazzi is getting away from me. He's going to be a second ahead of me, so I'm going to struggle to actually catch up with him. Okay, I've got DRS on Giovinazzi here, so hopefully I should have it into the next sector as well. Well, I mean, hopefully I'll be close enough. The activation point isn't all the way back in sector 2 for the first sector of the next lap, although he will have it on Latifi. Maybe we're creating a little bit of a DRS train here, and that's the final lap as well, this is. So it's pushed now to try and overtake Giovinazzi, and I'm already out of battery. He's going for a move on Latifi. I think he's made it. Latifi's not defended well there. You're an awful teammate, Nicholas. As we round the final corner here, Raikkonen is pretty close to me, so hopefully he won't take me before the end of the lap. And he doesn't, and I think that was 14th place maybe 13th, so an actual decent race there. Nice clean race, no one hit anyone, didn't take any damage, actually managed to form a couple of overtakes, had a couple of battles, so a decent race for once. Now I finished 14th in the end, yeah, so not bad. What happened to Leclerc?
Nothing, just an incident on the race.
So now after that race, let's spin the wheel and see what point system we get. And it's going to land on reverse position points. So these were the positions for every driver in that race, which means these are how the points ended up for that race, which means that the points go from this after race 7 to looking like this after race 8. And even though I'm still bottom, at least I got a few more points. Right, we're in Australia, qualifying here, but as you've seen, I got a 40-place grid penalty because I had to change a load of components. So I think that means, I guess, for this race, I'll probably be qualifying from the back of the grid, which is really fun. No, I'll be starting the race from the back of the grid. Oh, what's happened here? I can't turn. I got caught on the curb by accident and just ended up going completely straight, and I've damaged all my floor. Anyway, that's qualifying done, and we're back of the grid. And now here we are on the grid in Australia, starting from the back, which would have happened whether I'd qualified in first place or whether I qualified last like I actually did, because I got my grid penalties and it was awful qualifying anyway. But I'm going to dive at the inside of some people here. Might have cut the corner a little bit, but I have ended up in 19th after that, so wasn't the worst thing. And now I'm back at the back again, so maybe it wasn't a good idea. Try and dive at the inside again, just try and at least get past Giovinazzi. Try and force him wide, get my elbows out a little bit. It's not really particularly worked, but he is behind me. But I've managed to move myself up into 19th here at the start of the lap, so hopefully I can keep this at least and not come last. Alonso and Schumacher having a bit of a battle ahead of me. Maybe I can try and capitalise on this, maybe down the straight or something, or into this corner. Oh, for f***'s sake, I've hit Alonso. Oh my god, Alonso just smacked me. Okay, that one wasn't my fault, I don't think. And I've got a warning for that one, but not the first one. He just smacked me into the wall. Jesus, I want to see a replay of that, actually. So I go a little bit wide here, but he just comes in completely alongside me while I'm off track and absolutely smacks me. I gotta say, I don't think that one is my fault. The first one probably was, but that one, I don't think it was. I'm not really just staying on the track here. I'm sort of just making up my own track limits because I can't turn my car. This corner, I'm not really even going to try and bother trying to get across this properly. Okay, I've taken that a little bit worse than I was meant to. I was meant to just go across the tarmac bit and cut the corner, but I ended up just going across the grass completely.
Yes, he's gone in a little bit deep. Had to turn in and correct a slide across the grass. And
well, now we've just done our pit stop, replaced our wing. So now I'm just going to aim to put in some good laps because I'm not catching up 37 seconds to Giovinazzi.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS.
Yeah, that's completely useless to me because I'm a little bit further than 1 second behind Giovinazzi. Right, now I'm just going to try and go for the fastest lap I can here. Now battery all the way to the line. Let's see how good this lap is. A 1:24.7. I'm pretty sure Bartis's best lap that he put in was like a 1:22 something. So even with me pushing all lap as hard as I can, I'm still like 2.5 seconds off the pace, I think. I just set a 1:22.9, so I was like, what, almost 2 seconds off with my fastest lap. So I've just gone green here, so maybe I can set a faster lap. Nope, I've messed that up. Almost spun it there, but I managed to just about hold it. Anyway, we're coming to the line here, and because I messed up there, I'm not going to get another fastest lap, and that is last on the grid. With one race to go, Max Verstappen has won this fake championship, because my real championship, Verstappen might not be at the top. I mean, I've got no idea, but you will. So, this is the last time I'm going to be spinning the wheel here, because that was the penultimate race in the season, and there's only 2 options left here. So, let's spin it, and let's see which one I'm going to get. And it has landed on position points, so I think that's really going to help me out, because I did finish last in that race. So these are positions for every driver after that race in Australia. And that meant that these are how many points every driver got. And that meant that the table went from looking like this after race 8 to looking like this after race 9. And that's really helped me there because it's meant that I've been able to just draw level with Ocon and Latifi. So at least I'm not outright last now. And now here we are at the final qualifying of the season in Saudi Arabia. It's not caught up saying I've got a grid penalty at the start. So hopefully that means that I won't have it in the race. Hopefully it only applied for the last race. And after that first turn, apparently I'm in first place, so this could end up being a decent qualifying session for me if I can do a good lap here. I've had to slow down quite a bit through there, which I wouldn't want to, but I'm sitting in 10th at the minute, which is pretty good. I'm sat back down in 14th now. I've dropped down the order a bit. Hopefully in this last corner, can maybe pick up some places to get through it quick and then get out of it. That wasn't a bad corner. I've moved up to 11th. Now hopefully my good powertrain can get me to the line and keep me in 11th. And I think it has done. I think I'm going to be 11th on the grid, which I think is my best qualifying position of the season, which I'm pretty happy with. Now here we are at the final race of the season in Saudi Arabia, the championship decider. Well, potentially. I mean, the championship could have really been decided. I have absolutely no idea. But I'm just going to race and pretend it isn't decided. I'm just going to do as best as I can and hopefully get myself some points. And I've managed to worm my way up into 8th here somehow. I've done really well on that first corner there. So hopefully I can just keep this going for the whole race and actually have a decent time here. I'm currently sitting in 8th place behind Lando Norris here. Ricciardo's behind me. He's catching me up quite significantly though. So I don't expect to maintain 8th place for a while, but I think this is the highest position I've been all season, so watch it, drink it in. You'll never see anything like this ever again. I've said that quote the wrong way around. The one-way wound. Nice. Ricardo was thinking about the move on me, but he wasn't able to actually get past me. And I thought Tsunoda was going to dive up the inside of me there. I was waiting for it. It's Gasly, it's not Tsunoda, but I've managed to end the first lap in 8th place, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now I've just got to maintain this for the rest of the race, not make any mistakes. I want to get actual real-life in-game points. It might not mean anything for the, like, my championship that I'm making, but in this actual F1 in-game championship, it'd be cool to actually finish the season with some points in one race. Gasly's gone past me, and Ricardo's trying it as well. I'm going to back out of this early, and I think I'm just going to let Ricardo through because I'm scared. But I might have DRS on him here. Actually, no, because the lap, it hasn't come on yet, but I'm making a move to go back past Ricardo here. Hopefully Gasly doesn't brake too early so I don't smack him. I've not hit him. Ricardo's alongside me here going through this corner. Hopefully I can fend him off, and I have just about done so, I think. And he's trying to go past me there. That is brave, because I didn't leave. I thought I'd closed off the space enough to not leave him enough room to go through there, but he has backed off now, and I'm still in the points here. I'm in 9th place, but Gasly's pulling away now. I don't think I'm going to have DRS on Gasly, but they're all going to have DRS behind me, so I think it's going to be a tough job to keep them all behind me now, but I want actual in-game points here. I think I've just seen Ricardo's wing open, so he's going to try and be getting past me. I'm going to go for the inside line here, force him to the outside. Hopefully I can just brake a little bit later, dive on him. Hopefully I've forced him just wide enough to stay in front there. I have. I've just about stayed in front of him, but I'm not close enough to Gasly, and they'll have DRS now. And they're both going to go either side of me. Oh, God, this is quite dangerous. I thought I was going to hit Tsunoda there. I was really worried. And now I'm out of the points, but I can still get back in it, I think. Right, I'm getting DRS and Tsunoda here, so hopefully I can just stay close enough to keep DRS on him. I want to take that position back. I want to get an actual point. Okay, I got DRS and Tsunoda, but I'm very far behind, and he'll have it on Ricardo. So, and I'm already a second behind him, so I don't think I'm going to be able to actually catch them, which is quite annoying. It's annoying they both moved on me together. If they hadn't done, I probably would have been able to take them one by one and then just get past one of them again. But as they both took me together, they squeezed me. I was just too scared of getting the damage and killing my race to not, like, fight him. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch him, so in my one real chance of the season to get actual points in the game, I've not been able to do it. But 11th is pretty good with the car I've got, so I'm not too displeased with that. And I was 8th at one point as well. So for the final race of the season here, the point system that's going to be used is -10 for finishing and +10 for a DNF. But obviously, since nobody DNF'd here, these are how the points are going to look for this race. That means that the table goes from this after race 9 to this after race 10 at the end of the season. And that means that Verstappen is a champion of this little challenge, experiment, season, whatever you want to call it. Verstappen is the champion of this, just like he was a champion in-game. And here's how the in-game table finished compared to my table in terms of positions and points. But as you can see, I think the general trend is still that if you do well, you'll finish near the top, and if you don't do well, you'll finish near the bottom. Obviously, there's exceptions, but I think generally that was the rule.